I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage. All right, so imagine you were looking at a Rolls Royce today. That's a hand-built car. Most of it's hand-built, right? And those start right around the $400,000 to $700,000 mark. Hand-built cars, even a Bentley, is not really hand-built. It's a luxury car, but it's not hand-built. Here's what I mean by that. For instance, this right here is a 2025 Morgan plus 4, right? And so this vehicle here, first off, it's a beautiful design. They've been around since 1909. I think they probably figured it out how to get this done properly. All built in the same factory by same craftsmen and artisans. Many of them have had passed these skills down to their own kids, right, that are there. So imagine this. This is how handcrafted this car is. This beautiful hood, which is also louvered, right, starts out as a flat piece of steel. They hammer it over a buck to get just the right radius here, and then they hand punch in these louvers into the hood. That's what you get. This fender, a couple different pieces, hand done, all formed, beautifully done and swept. These little tiny features on the car that make it spectacular, because I know what you're saying. You're saying, Tone, that is a beautiful car. Oh my God, wow. How do I get that? Just relax for a minute, breathe. I'm gonna walk you through those steps, but I want you to see what you're getting first so you know. Little subtle things like, for instance, because it's called a Morgan Plus 4, this grille is beautiful. In here is painted a 4. Every piece on this car, I shouldn't say every piece, but almost every single piece on this car can be custom ordered the way you want it. This paint we picked here. This style of wire wheel we picked here. This center cap we picked here. This welting right here, we picked that color to put inside here. The stitching of the seats, the wood on the dash, the floor mats, the carpets, all chosen to your taste, which is so cool. I love this. I love this. And back to this. This is a freshly built, all new chassis, all new car. Just came to the United States. You're just getting to see it here on the East Coast, and we have it here for you to check out, drive, and place your order for one right away. They are sold out at the moment. If you were to spend some time looking at this car, it's actually underpriced compared to what you're getting, right? The chassis is all hand welded. It's an aluminum chassis. People say, isn't a Morgan a wooden car? No, a Morgan has never been a wooden car. Never been a wooden car. That's definitely false. No car in the world could be a wooden frame car. However, what they did was this piece back here, this buck, this piece underneath here is wooden, and they've kept that in the tradition. It's just a piece that holds the back of the that little piece of metal that's back there where the spare tire carrier is. It's been that way since the beginning of time. However, the rest of the car, while it used to be steel and heavy, is now aluminum, and it's super light. Drivetrain wise, well, you say, Tone, it's a 4-cylinder. I mean, like, how much power could it possibly get? Well, why don't you think about twin turbo, 2-liter 4-cylinder power, right? Making around 300 horsepower. And an 8-speed automatic with paddle shifters and 2,500 pounds or less. 2,500 pounds or less, when most cars weigh around 4,000 pounds for a performance car like a Dodge Challenger, right? You can imagine it doesn't need 500 horsepower. This car is super fast, but it's also super light too, so you can take it into the corners much, much faster than a regular car because it doesn't need time to upset its suspension and what have you. Anyway, I've rambled on a lot about what I love so much about the brand, why we became the East Coast dealer of preference for most people. And now let's take a minute and then look at some of the detail that you are getting, okay? All right, so all of these little touches, we're talking about hand painted as well, right? Every piece of this car goes through different areas of the shop and fabrication. It doesn't go down an assembly line, right? Like today's modern mass-produced cars. This goes to the metalworking place, to the chassis place. Then it moves to the drivetrain place. Then this body here is painted, right? Then installed on the car. But I want you to come up and see, and then hand buffed, hand cut, and detailed and show waxed. Come on up here and see the quality of this paint, where you can just read every letter in there, and I think like a mirror finish. Every letter, nice and crisp. The paint is that good. Look at the sealing in the paint. Look how fabulous it looks in there. That's your lesson of the day too. Don't look at the paint, look what's in the paint. You say, Tone, why do you say that? Why do you say, don't look at the paint, look into the paint? That's because most people originally will look at the paint and go, it's shiny. However, all paint is a little bit shiny. I want you to see how shiny, so when you drive into the lights of someplace, or Cars and Coffee, or go for an evening cruise, or even out in the sunlight, it looks spectacular. The color is sports blue, and it's one of their choices on their color palette, and you can pick any color in the world you want. All right, so some people might say, well, that's a 4-cylinder. Does a sports car have a 4-cylinder? Well, many cars with Lotus, Mini Cooper, John Cooper Works, all kinds of cars, super fast cars, have 4-cylinders. However, most of those cars don't have the kind of power that we have here. This is a BMW drivetrain, 2 liters, twin turbos, starts life at 255 horsepower. They have ECU upgrades to take you right up to 300 if you want to, with the 8-speed automatic, man, independent suspension. This car is a dream to drive. And even just as it is, it makes tons of power. It's beautiful. You can open the hood. They've done a nice job showing it off. Clearly, everything is new here. And this is a new CX chassis here, showing all the aluminum architecture in here. And again, detail-wise, you could go to a show and things like that. The likelihood of seeing these, keep in mind, Morgan makes less than 1,000 cars a year. 1,000 hand-built cars a year. Toyota is doing that every 15 minutes. Every 15 minutes they're making 1,000 cars. So anyway, beautiful. The likelihood of you seeing one at a car show or running into one anywhere even close to what you have is almost nil. All right, so I don't want you to get overwhelmed by all the choices, but I do want you to get overwhelmed on how sexy this car looks from behind. No other car in the world looks like this from behind. This design is patented, okay, for a reason. But I want to talk a little bit about all the things you can do. So for instance, you can pick the color of the boot cover here. You can decide whether you want the spare tire that's under here that matches those, okay, to be exposed. That's a cool look. It looks really great. This is a spare tire cover, all right, that goes on there. And then if you don't want that and you want to just to have this cool painted thing here, we have this option as well. I want to show you that, which comes louvered. And how cool is that piece? That goes on there as well. So you have multiple choices to style the rear of the car and change it up however you want, right? Which is really cool. This way you always have a spare tire and you have a cool look, and all painted and detailed. Now check out this gas cap for a second, right? Like everything about this car is quality. It's just easy fill. It doesn't need another gas cap in there. You close it like that. Sport exhaust comes out here. It sounds fabulous. I mean, really, twin, real dual exhaust. Tie downs if you wanted to take it to a car show or ship it or whatever, so you don't bother the suspension. And just a super, super great looking +4 emblem and LED taillights to modernize the car. As you walk up to the car, take a look at the front end. Again, a patented design, beautifully done. All of the bits and pieces on here are super heavy duty. If you've ever pushed a Jag E-Type, like the windshield is flimsy, like this doesn't move at all. Even the handles, triple chrome plated. And while that's great looking from the outside and everyone else is going to see that, you are going to spend the time inside. So come join me in here and let's take a peek at what we're getting. I also like to do this for a reason, because I'm 6'1" and my legs are completely stretched out to reach the pedals, letting you know that like a taller person who typically cannot drive sports cars, look how much room is in these things. I hope you don't mind too much luxury, because in these cars here, you are getting a lot of luxury in the sports car. Let me show you a little bit what I mean by that. The electronics are fabulous, okay? It warms up. All this LED lighting floods here. You pick this wood piece. You pick the shifter. You pick this piece of lower trim. You pick this color. You pick the dash top, right? All of these things. And don't get overwhelmed by all this stuff. That's what we do for a living. We do it every single day. We'll walk you through all that, right? Then you turn this here. I don't want to start it yet. We'll go outside. But you have 180 mile an hour speedometer, 7,500 RPM tach, full array of gauges. And then you have this great screen here. When you decide that you want to amp up the power, speed the shift paddles up, all of those things, you can push the Sport Plus button here, okay? And then that will turn the dash red once the car's running. All kinds of things. I love the paddles here, which is really nice. You can shift the car. It can be a full manual car to stay in the gear. You can't go over. It's got a rev limiter in it. It's got everything you could need. It's got Bluetooth stereo built in, which is hidden, and it doesn't confuse the dash. The dash still looks like a great sports car. Even these little things like this just Everything seems, touches, feels just nice. You have this, you have a soft top that goes up. Soft top can be virtually any color you want. They have a lot of those choices as well. All of this polished trim. I know I'm rambling for a minute, but I'm rambling because you need to know that this is not just a car. This is a hand-built sports car that you are ordering yourself the way you want it, which no other manufacturer really does at this price point. They can't. But they've been there for over 100 years and able to do it. Even the piping matches the paint on the car. Love it. All right, let's get out of here. All right, I want to start this for you. This makes even great noises when it starts. Like, listen to, that's the luxury car stuff. Starter button, which is great. Listen to that exhaust. And that's not even the sport exhaust. How you doing? So what's it like to drive this thing? And I say this thing because it's amazing. You could go to the country club and golf, or you could hit this back road. I got it in sport mode right now. I'm using the paddle, downshift a little bit. It's got big brakes on it. You could go for a spirited drive in the country. And I'm smiling. Why am I smiling? Because the chassis is amazing. The tire grip is fabulous. The comfort is even better. I put some music on. It's got heated seats for the winter. I can put the top up if I wanted to. But today is all about you and I going for a ride, checking out it, rolling through the hills, and feeling Morgan power and Morgan handling. Look at this, just how easy it is to go around and drive and enjoy it. I'll pull the paddles, and then I come up to the corner, a little brake, a little downshift, down the slot. I'm smiling, I'm thankful. I'm saying to myself, wow, this is really why you get a hand-built sports car, because you get what you want in your dream. Like, you dream about this car. Anybody can buy a sports car. There's lots of great sports cars out there. We have lots of them here, but you're not getting a hand-built one. And you're not getting to go for a drive in one. And you're not getting to not see your same car ever again. Anyway, if you don't mind, hit the like button down below. That helps get our message out. Subscribe to the channel. We got new stuff coming out all the time. Maybe share this with your friends. They might see something they like too. And I'll see you on the next drive. Was that a great test drive or what? Wow. Anyway, I want you just to think about this. We talked about a lot today. I'm so excited to drive this car with you. Anyway, we talked about handcrafting. So think about this for a second. Where in the world can you get virtually everything in a car custom made to your taste at this price point? And virtually no place in the world. This is it. This is why they're sold out. This is why this is an amazing car. This is why the world loves this car, because the likelihood of ever seeing one ever again just like yours is almost impossible. Super cool. There's a guy, not a robot, who stamps this out. Jim Caldwell maybe stamped out these hoods and these fenders. John Martin may have stitched these seats in the color and the stitching that you wanted with the piping on it. Handcrafted, real deal people with names. We got pictures on our site showing you the craftsmanship. Check out Morgan stuff, and hopefully we can find a way to get you your own Morgan.